Imagine for a moment you're in the middle of your day. You're walking through the world, experiencing it from the inside out. And the thoughts, the beliefs, the feelings you have, they're like a landscape, a canvas, where everything is being painted in real time. What if you stopped for a second and allowed yourself to simply observe the strokes, the colours, the patterns that make up the experience? What if, in this moment, you began to see each of these patterns as just a temporary reflection of how your mind is organising reality? You've been walking through this world, creating meaning, creating understanding, shaping stories for years. But what if, just for now, you didn't need to hold onto any of those stories, those old ways of thinking? What if instead of believing that you had to understand everything in the same old way, you gave yourself permission to let go of the grip of certainty just for a moment? As you open up to this possibility, a subtle shift begins to occur, doesn't it? A softening of the usual tension that comes with needing things to make sense, to stay the same. You notice how much of what you experience is simply a choice, a product of what you decided to focus on, what you've chosen to believe, and suddenly a thought arises. What if these things you've always believed were just one way of seeing the world, just one way of interpreting all the possibilities that are already around you? What if, with just a gentle change in focus, you could start to see completely new paths opening up before you? Paths you never thought were possible before. As you consider this, you begin to realise these paths, they're always there. They just hadn't appeared to you until now. Imagine that. What if the only reason you hadn't seen them was because of the stories that you were telling yourself, the beliefs you were holding on to, like old maps that no longer serve the journey you're on? Now take a moment and think about how your mind organises things. How easy it is to get caught in the same repetitive patterns, the same fixed perspectives. You've done it so many times, you probably don't even notice it's happening. It's like your mind is programming itself over and over, based on the past. But just think for a moment. What if there was another way? What if instead of following the same path, you could create new patterns, new understandings, new beliefs? And what if the secret wasn't in trying harder, doing more, or pushing against what's already there? What if the secret was in softening and becoming curious again, like a child discovering the world with fresh eyes? It's amazing how just shifting your perspective, letting go of the need to control, can suddenly open the door to a completely new experience. All you have to do is notice how easy it is to step into that new experience, just by choosing to think, what if? Instead of staying fixed in the familiar certainty of the old. Every time you ask that question, what if, your mind opens up, and new possibilities begin to reveal themselves. You might start noticing things you didn't see before, new ways of thinking, new ways of being. You start to feel how much easier it is to relax, to breathe, to trust that you can shift, adapt and create. You no longer feel confined by old rules, old beliefs. You realise rules, they're just the result of someone else's stories, not your own. And now you're writing your own story, in a way. It's like you've unlocked a new chapter, one filled with freedom and choice. A story where you're not limited by what you thought was possible. And isn't it fascinating how when you allow yourself to open up, there's this deep sense of relief, a feeling that you've been carrying around unnecessary weight. Weight that just isn't needed anymore. And you begin to understand all along, you're the one who decided to carry that weight. You were the one who chose to hold on to certain beliefs. But now, you know you can choose differently. You can make it lighter. You can make it easier. It's like you're learning the art of letting go. Not in a forceful way, but in a natural, effortless flow. You notice that when you let go of things that no longer serve you, space opens up. Space for new ideas. Space for new beliefs. Space for new ways of seeing yourself and the world. And with each step you take, it becomes easier to let go. You start to realize nothing is permanent. The only constant is change. So imagine what would happen if, every time you wanted to make a choice, you simply allowed yourself to step back and observe the decision-making process. What if you didn't need to force yourself to pick the right choice? Instead, you just let the choice emerge. You began to trust that, as you step into that space of curiosity, the answer will come to you, not through effort, not through striving, but through ease, through knowing that the right decision is already within you, just waiting to be uncovered. And now, let's take a moment and think about your beliefs. Imagine for a moment, every belief you hold is like a lens you look through. Each belief shapes how you see the world. But what if you could change the lens just a little, maybe even tilt it slightly, just enough to reveal a different perspective? What if by making that simple shift, you could begin to see the world through a lens of possibility, of opportunity and growth? You realize the world is full of lenses, and every time you change a lens, you begin to see something new, something fresh, something that's always been there, just waiting for you to notice it. Each belief, every thought, every choice is part of this process of shifting your lens. It's not about forcing a change, but allowing it to happen naturally, gently, in a way that feels completely effortless. The more you allow this process to unfold, the more you discover you don't need to cling to the old way of thinking. You can shift your perspective in an instant. You can create new beliefs, new patterns, new possibilities at any moment. And the beauty of it is, you're not doing anything extra. You're simply noticing what's already there and allowing it to shift, to change, to grow. And as you begin to notice this more and more, you realize every moment offers an opportunity to create something new. You start to feel the power of choice, the power of creation, the power of your own mind. And with that power comes freedom, the freedom to shape your experiences, to shape your world, and to step into the possibility of something truly magnificent. What if you didn't need to work hard at it? What if the real power was in letting go, in trusting, in knowing that everything you need is already there, just waiting to unfold? All it takes is the willingness to open up and to explore the infinite possibilities that exist, and to allow yourself to be curious, to be aware, to be free. As you embrace this process, you realize you are the creator of your experience, the architect of your reality. Every step you take in this new direction brings you closer to a life of unlimited possibility, a life that's uniquely yours. You've unlocked something truly powerful inside yourself, and now the world is yours to create, to shape, to mould, in a way you choose. And the most amazing part, it's already happening. You're already shifting, already changing, already becoming the person you've always had the power to be.